Hello, welcome to question session 7. So, in this session, we will discuss our last chapter, that is the psychrometry, psychrometry analysis. Okay. So in this chapter, first we have studied what is our what we do for our psychrometry analysis. What are the basic condition for air conditioning, air conditioning parameters. Okay. So in this we studied that temperature, uh, our humidity ratio, our speed, velocity of air, okay, and purity are four parameters that we must control with our air conditioning. Okay. So after this we have seen that to maintain these four parameters, we have defined the effective special parameter, that is effective temperature. So effective temperature is temperature at which all the living beings feel same level of comfort. Okay. After studying effective temperature, we studied that the factors affecting effective temperature. Okay. Then after that we have also looked into ventilation air. Okay. Ventilation air. In ventilation air we have seen what is sensible heat factor, what is room sensible heat factor. Okay. Okay. So now we will be moving to our questions. So first question is, for air conditioning the operation theater in the hospital, the percentage of outside air in the air supplied is. So it is 100%. So I will told you in lecture that in the operation theaters or ICU, the ventilation air is 100%. 100% fresh air is applied to the inside. Okay. Next, in the case of a cooling coil with non-zero bypass factor, okay, the apparatus due temperature lies on the at the intersection of. Okay, so let me draw a diagram here, psychrometry chart. Okay, so it is mentioned in case of your non-zero bypass factor. So this must be a DPT line. Okay, and it is mentioned that non-zero bypass factor, the temperature line lies at the intersection point of the apparatus dew point temperature. So we know that our if this is our outlet condition and this is our inlet condition. Okay, so this is point 1 mixture, and this here, my friend, is will be our gross sensible heat factor line. Okay, and this will be our apparatus ADP point. Okay, ADP, because in gross this happens in our cooling coil, and cooling coil is at ADP. Okay. So after that we will get some, if I talk about, let's say this is our inside temperature. Okay, or let's say that this is our inside temperature. So from inside temperature we will get a room sensible heat factor. Okay, so this is room sensible heat factor line. Okay, also, although these lines are not how they should be, but it should be similar to this. Okay, so from here we can say that ADP lies on our saturation curve and gross sensible grand sensible heat factor line. Okay, so option D is correct. Okay, now moving to next question. Consider the following statements pertaining to uh, room sensible heating ratio. Okay, it is line drawn on psychrometric chart through the room condition. Okay, so this is our room sensible heat factor. Okay, so it is line drawn psychrometric chart through room conditions. Correct. The slope is the ratio of sensible cooling load to room latent heat load. The slope is delta y by delta x, so is incorrect. So this should be reverse in. Okay, in reverse. Next, the supply air condition must lie on this line to satisfy. The supply air condition must lie on this line for satisfactory performatory. So this is also incorrect. Okay, so we get answer C 1 and 3. Okay, so this question is given that moist air with dBT of, so we have given the value of T is equal to 40 degrees Celsius and relative humidity phi is equal to 50%. Okay, atmospheric pressure, so PT is given as 1.01 bar. Okay, and for water, R(H2O) is this. Okay, the saturation pressure at 40 degrees Celsius. So saturation pressure at 40 degrees Celsius means our PVS value is given. PVS is 7.38 kilopascal. Okay, now after that the saturation pressure at 150 degrees Celsius is itna bar. Okay, so let's leave this is of no use for us now. Okay, now if we use like phi relation, so we know that phi is equal to PV upon PVS. So from here we can calculate PV is equal to 0.5 into it, so we'll directly divide it by 2. Okay, so 2 3s are 6, and this will be our 13, 2 6 are 12, 2 9s are 18 kilopascal. Okay, so this is our value of PV. Now it is asked what is the specific humidity. Question number 20, it is asked what is the specific humidity. So we can like calculate 0.22 into PV upon PT minus PV. Okay, now so let's multiply like solve this. So PT given is 101 kilopascal, divided by PV is 3.69 kilopascal. Okay, and minus 1, then inverse it, multiply it by 0.622. Okay, so we get value of omega is equal to if we want it in grams, so we can write 23.59 gram per kg of dry air. Okay, 23.59. so this is option A, correct. Okay, now in next part it is mentioned that the moist air as stated above is compressed to this bar, and the corresponding dry bulb temperature is this, then the relative humidity. Okay, so now our PVS dash, now new saturation pressure is given, that is our with the value of 150 degrees Celsius value was 4.758 bar. Okay, now it is mentioned that and PT dash will become 5.05 bar. Okay, now if I have to calculate, let's say our value of relative humidity, that is phi, so phi will be given by PV by PVS. Okay, now this PVS will be like a new one. Okay, now to calculate the value of PV, what we can use the term like omega 1 is equal to omega is equal to omega dash. In both cases our water will remain same, because there is no condensation, water content will remain same. So from here we can write 0.02359 is equal to 0.622 into PV upon PT dash minus PV. Okay, so from here we can calculate PV is equal to, okay, so PV is equal to, or we can like write it PV dash, but PV dash you generally use for WBT, but here we can let's write PV star. Okay, PV star, so this is PV star, this is PV star. So PV star, if you want to calculate, we can calculate it using this equation. So from here we can get inverse into 0.622. Okay, so this value plus 1, okay, PT by PV inverse into and 5.05. okay, so from here we get the value is equal to 0.1845 bar. Okay, so if we substitute this value here, so 0.1845 divided by 4.758. okay, so we get the value as 3.8%, 8%. okay, so option C is correct. Okay, I hope you understood this question. Okay, now we will be moving to our next question. Now it is mentioned that air conditioning room of volume V room is equal to 10 meter cube, and it is mentioned that the infiltration of air is equal to 3 exchanges per hour. n is equal to 3 or I can say 3 circulation per hour. Okay, density of air is given as this, and a specific heat Cp is given as this, and temperature difference between room and ambient is given as delta T is equal to 20. Okay, now what is the sensible heat load due to infiltrated air? Okay, so if we want to sense like a sensible heat load, so sensible heat factor is given by rho Cp delta T. Okay, so sorry, mCp delta T. Okay, now m we can write it as our rho into Cp, sorry, rho into volume, or we can write is volume by Cm by 60. Okay, into Cp into delta T. Okay, so from here I can write rho is equal to 1.2, and Cm is given by like Cm is given by cubic meter per hour. Okay, so we can like write it as 3 into 10. This is our meter cube per hour, divided by 60 is meter cube per minute. Okay, so from here we can write 0.5 meter cube per minute. Okay, so we can write it 0.5 divided by 60 into Cp of moisture is 0.02 into delta T is given by 20. So if we solve this, we will obtain value as 1.2 into 0.5 divided by 60 into 1.02 into 20. We get the value is equal to 0.204 kilojoule per minute, or sorry, kilo, this would mean kilowatt. Okay, kilowatt. Okay, so if we see, so this option D is correct. Okay, now moving to next question. Hello everyone, so this will be our last question for this session, and this question is a subjective question. It will include your all topics from the previous lecture. Okay, now let's read the question. It is mentioned that air conditioning space 50 kg of fresh air, room at 40 degrees Celsius, and so the outside condition is, so outside, like mentioned now, fresh air, so this means this is outside condition. So outside condition is given as m dot O is equal to 50 kg per second. Okay, and it is mentioned that the fresh air. Okay, and one more thing, that this MA naught should be written as MAO. Okay, because it is the mass of air. Okay, and it is given that phi naught is equal to 30%. It is given that at 45 degrees Celsius. Okay, now it is like for inside condition, the room air, so room air is our inside condition. So inside condition is given as m dot AI is equal to 450 kg per second. It is given here, recirculated 450 kg per second, 25 degrees Celsius dVT and 50 degrees Celsius relative humidity. Okay, here I forward one thing, T naught is equal to 45 degrees Celsius. Okay, here phi I is equal to 50%, and Ti is equal to 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, so up to here we have written like described the question what is given. Okay, now the mixed air is overflowing over a cooling coil which have ADP of 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, so like air is mixed, so this is our, let's say, okay, so let's say that here I will write about our mixed state. Okay, mixed state. Okay, now one more thing, like cooling coil, it's mentioned in the cooling coil. So cooling coil data is given as it is given that ADP is equal to 12 degrees Celsius, and bypass factor is equal to 15%. Okay, now determine all the condition. Okay, so there are some the data table given, saturation pressure at different temperatures. Okay, so let's see, at 45 degrees Celsius we have been given the saturation pressure. So from here we can write PVS node is equal to 0.09584 bar. Okay, it is in bar. Okay, so this is our PVS node. Now this is 25 degrees Celsius. This is our inside temperature here. So PVS inside. So PVS inside is equal to 0.03166. Okay. Now similarly, this is 12 degrees Celsius. 12 degrees Celsius, since it is a ADP. So ADP means this is our DBT, and also known as also can be written as PV at 1. Okay. Now why at 1? Let me draw a psychrometry chart. This cycle on psychrometry chart. Okay. So this is our psychrometry chart. Okay. Okay, so it is mentioned that what happens in case of our outside air. So this is our outside air, this is our inside air. Okay, and it mixes at, let's say, state 1. Okay, and from state 1 to it moves to state 2. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so here this is our, so let's say, let me mention, this is our I point inside. Okay, now this is our ADP, cooling cold temperature. Okay, now let's say this is our point 2 state condition at point 2. Okay, now this is our I2. 2 is in our room sensible heat factor, and this is our, this is 1 to 2, and this is 2 to 1 will be room sensible heat factor, and 1 to 2 will be grand sensible heat factor. Okay, so this was our diagram. Okay, so from here we can say that this mixed state is 1, this state is 1. Okay, and at this, if we want to calculate the values at this state 1, so for that what we can do, first before that we have given the value phi and PVS, so we can calculate, we can write phi is equal to, using phi is equal to PV upon PVS. We can find PV node is equal to PVI is equal to. Okay, so we can calculate both the values. Okay, so let's calculate this. So if we want to calculate PVI, so PV node, so we have to phi node into PVS node. So PVS node is 0.09584 into 0.3. This comes out to be 0.02875 bar. Okay, the unit will be in bar only. Okay, now if you talk about PV, so the PVI, so we can do 0.03166 into 0.5. Okay, so we get the value as 0.01583. Okay, so this is our PV node and PVI. Okay, now what else do we require? We have been given the value of ADP. Okay, so in mixed state, what are the conditions that we will require? We will require our mass flow rate at 1 of air at 1. We will require T1 temperature at 1, and we will require omega at 1, that is the specific humidity ratio at 1. Okay, now since here we have value of our PV node and PVI in bar, so you can reuse this relation, and it is also mentioned here. Wait a minute. So we can calculate omega value, specific humidity will be equal to 0.622 PV upon PT minus PV. Okay, so PT we will take, PT is equal to 1.013 bar. Okay, okay, now what we can do, if we calculate the omega at ADP location, so omega ADP can be calculated using this PV at ADP and PV at ADP here. Here if at this temperature, PV at ADP is equal to 0.014016 bar. Okay, this value. Okay, now if we want to like calculate our omega value, so we can calculate it by using this value, substituting this value 0.014016. okay, this -1. So we obtained omega ADP is equal to 0.0087. So this value is our in kg per kg of dry, this omega ADP. Similarly, we can like calculate the value of omega outside air, and this value will be 0.013 divided by PV inside is 0.01583. Okay, -1 inverse into 0.622. So this value comes out to be 0.00987. okay, this is our kg per kg of dry air. Okay, similarly we can write omega inside is equal to omega inside is equal to 1.013 divided by PV inside is 0.01583. okay, -1 inverse into 0.622. Sorry about that. I think this should, I have substituted the value of PVI here. Okay, this should be omega I. If omega naught, so omega naught value will be is equal to 1.013 divided by PV naught, that is 0.02875 -1 inverse into 0.622. This value comes out to be 0.01817 kg per kg of dry air. Okay, now if we like obtain the value of, we would like to obtain the value of MA1, T1 and omega 1. So we know that since 0 to 1 is mixing, so it is like this. So outside air and inside air are mixing to provide us our sheet 1. okay, so mixed sheet 1. okay, so from here I can write from energy balance, MA1 is equal to MA outside plus MA inside. okay, so if we like add both terms, so I get MA out air at 1 is equal to 500 kg per second. okay, now what else, like I can write here from here your MA1 T1 is equal to MA node T node plus MAI TI. okay, so let's calculate the value of T1 first. So MA node is equal to given as 50, T node is our 45 plus MAI is given as 450 into TI is given as 25. okay, so this value divided by 500, that is MA1, so we get T1 is equal to 27 degrees. Sorry, so we obtain T1 is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. okay, now if I talk about omega 1, so I can write the equation like if I write our MV1 mass of vapor at 1 is equal to mass of vapor outside plus mass of vapor inside. So I can convert it into your like dry air using humidity ratio. Omega 1 MA1 is equal to omega node MA node plus omega I MAI. okay, so MAI value we know that, so MA node is our 50 into omega node is our 0.01817. okay, plus omega I is 450, sorry, MAI is 450, omega I is 0.00987. okay, divided by our MAI, that is 500. So we have obtained value of omega 1 is equal to 0.010 7, okay, kg per kg of dry air. Okay, so this is our state at point 1. Okay, now we have obtained the temperature and our values of temperature, mass, flow rate, and omega 1 at 1. If we want to calculate these values at 2, so we have been provided with your coil like bypass factor. So we can write bypass factor is equal to loss upon maximum available. So if we see here, so if we see in this figure, so we can say that this here is a loss and total available was 1 minus ADP. Okay, so I can write loss is T2 minus ADP upon T1 minus ADP. This is maximum variable, this is loss. Okay, and similarly we can write in terms of omega also, omega 2 minus omega at ADP upon omega 1 minus omega at ADP. Okay, so using this equation, like if substitute all the values, so x is given as 0.15 is equal to T2 value we have to calculate, minus ADP value is provided at 12 upon T1 value we've calculated 27 minus 12 is equal to omega 2 we have to calculate minus omega ADP we calculated to be 0.00872. okay, divided by omega 1 we have calculated as like 0.0107 minus omega ADP 0.00872. okay, now if we solve this, so let's find the value of your T2 and omega 2. okay, so let's find the value of T2 first. 0.15 into 15, this should be 27 minus 12 to 15, okay, plus 12, so this T2 comes out to be 14.25 degrees Celsius. okay, now if I want to calculate omega 2, so we can write it as 0.0107 minus 0.00872, okay, into 0.15 plus 0.00872. okay, so we have calculated the value of omega 2 is equal to 0.009017 kg per kg of dry air. okay, so we have calculated our conditions at state 1 and state 2. okay, so now we can, like, this is our process happening between 1 to 2. okay, and our room factor is between our 0.2 and I. okay, now it is asked, what are the things asked? Determine the condition of outlet of cooling coil. okay, so outlet of cooling coil is our T2. it is as T2 value. We have calculated T2 value to be 14.25 degrees Celsius. 14.25 degrees Celsius. Next, it is as room sensible heat, room latent heat, cooling load, and cooling load of the cooling coil, and condensation rate, the saturation pressure. okay, so if we we have to calculate room sensible heat, room latent heat, cooling load, okay, and what next, condensate rate. So we have to calculate these values. okay, now if I talk about your room sensible heat RSH, so we know that room sensible heat is given by your term. What is term? mCp delta T, m dot Cp delta T. okay, and m dot can be written as rho into volume, or like m dot is given here na, your room sensible heat inside the room, your mass flow rate was 1. okay, inside the room your room mass flow rate is ma1, so we can write it as m dot a1 into Cp of moisture given by 1.02, okay, into delta T is our T1 minus T2. okay, so ma1 given is 500 into 1.02 1.02 into T1 minus T2. We have been provided the value of T1 is equal to T1 value is our, we calculated 27, okay, and T2 value we have calculated is 14.25. 27 minus 14.25, okay. So if we calculate this, so we will obtain our room sensible heat is equal to 6502.5 kilowatt, okay. This is our room sensible heat, okay. Now let's talk about room latent heat. So room latent heat can be written as our m dot into HFG, and this m dot of vapor, okay. Now we can write it as, like for vapor we can write it in terms of omega inside a room, okay, or we can say that here should be change in omega into m of air inside at 1, okay, into HFG, okay. So from here I can write it as your 500, like ma1 into delta omega can be written as your omega 1 minus omega 2, omega 1 minus omega 2. So omega 1 value is let me check it from here, 0.0107 minus omega 2 value is 0.009017, okay. So into HFG is written as 2500, okay, 2500, okay. Now let's calculate all these values. So 0.0107 minus 0.009017, okay, into 2500 into 500, okay. So we have calculated the value of room latent heat is equal to 2103.75 kilowatt, okay. So this is our room latent heat, okay. Next, what we have to calculate, we have to calculate a value of condensation rate. So if I, okay, but before that, cooling load. So cooling load is given by cooling load, like cooling load is our from heat transfer between 1 and 3, okay, sorry 1 and 2, okay. So if I talk about this, so cooling load QL should be our H1 minus H2, okay, but we can write it in terms of your room sensible heat plus room latent heat, okay. Now we can write it as your QL is equal to, if we add both values, so this value plus your room sensible heat, that is 6502.5, okay. So we have obtained QL is equal to 8606.25 kilowatt, okay. Now there is last part, that is condensate rate, it is asked. So we have calculated RSH, LSH, cooling load. Now condensate rate. So if we want to like calculate condensate rate, so condensate rate will be given by your if I talk about condensate rate, so it should be like mass of water vapor entering minus mass of water vapor exiting. So and the remaining will be our condensation, okay. So m dot water, if I talk about, then that can be given as mv1 minus mv2, okay. And if I talk about mass load, so this should be mass load, okay. Here I can write it as m dot a1 omega 1 minus m dot a2 omega 2. Now m dot a1 is equal to m dot a2, both were equal to 500. So we can write 500 into omega 1 minus omega 2. Omega 1 value we have calculated here, delta omega value, okay. So this one 0.0107 minus 0.009017, okay. So we have to do this, okay. So we can solve it, 0.0107 minus 0.009017, okay, into 500. So we have obtained condensate rate is equal to, so we have achieved the value of omega dot water or condensate is equal to 0.8415 kg per second, okay. This is our answer. Now like we have done this question here, so we can also do it by using your psychrometric chart. So I hope first you get how we solve it in analytical way, okay. So now we will be moving to our next part, that is your how do we solve this question in psychrometry way, okay. So if I look into questions, so this question, it is mentioned that outside is at 45 degrees Celsius and 30% relative humidity. Okay, so this is our 45 degrees centigrade. And if I talk about, let me like take a different color. So let me take brown color, brown, or let me use red. Okay, red. Okay, so if I take 45 degree DVT and 30% relative humidity, so 45 degree DVT and 30 degree relative humidity. So this point, I think, sorry, this point 45 degrees Celsius DVT and 30, it should be this point. Okay, so this point represent our outside condition. Okay, this point represent our outside condition. Okay, now if I talk about my inside condition, it is mentioned at 25 degrees DVT and 50% relative humidity. So 25 degrees and 50%, so this should be it, 50% line, and this should be 25 degrees Celsius. So this should be our point, inside point. Okay, now when we are both mixing this, so one mixing, what happens, so our, they will align, so we will draw a line from here to here. Okay, this is like indicating our inlet of outside air and presence of your inside air. Okay, now they will like converge at some point 1. Okay, now to calculate this, we have to use our equation ma. First of all, we have to like apply conservation of mass like we have done previously, mai plus ma node. Okay, so we have got value of 500 kg per second. Then we have to like apply ma1 t1 is equal to mn node t node plus mai ti. Okay, so from using this, we will obtain our t1 value to be 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we know that on that the mixture will be at 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is 25, this is 30, so this will be like here to be 26.5. Okay, so somewhere in middle, like if I divide it in 5 parts, so 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. Okay, so somewhere in the middle of this, from here to here, like say this is middle, so somewhere at this point we will obtain our value like a mixture. Okay, so this will be our state 1, this is our state 1. Okay, now ADP condition is mentioned at your 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, so 12 degrees Celsius ADP, so this is 10 degrees Celsius, and if we want to like write 12 degrees Celsius, so okay, so there is one more thing like we can do, like I have shown you previously how we like mentioned point 1. So I have mentioned earlier that there should be like after 25 there should be 2 more units, then it will reach to 27. Okay, so if I see between point 25 and point 30, if we like corresponding, see what is in its corresponding values to our H graph, so we can directly take 2 steps from here. Okay, so from like this line is corresponding to our inside condition. Okay, so if this line corresponding to our inside condition, okay, first look it, so if this line corresponding to our inside condition, so on moving 2 steps, this should be corresponding to our 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we will like draw a line parallel to this line 2 steps away. Okay, so if we move this 2 steps away, this should be okay here. Now from here I can say that this point is point 1. Okay, now I can remove this line. Okay, so I have obtained the point 1. To obtain like if we have to mark ADP at that is at ADP value is at 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, so for 12 also we can like mark in similar way. So this is 10 and this is 15, so this line corresponds to 10 degrees Celsius, and for 15 degrees Celsius here it should be like 2 blocks away here. Okay, okay, now if we see this, So we have like plotted all the points in on our this psychrometry chart, and we can obtain solve all the parts, relative room sensible heat, latent room latent heat, mass condensation of water condensate rate, and our total heat. Okay, so I hope you understood this problem well. Okay, so thank you for this session.